just picked up this Volvo. It's a 131, in other words, a two-door single carburettor car. Looks like a late 66 on the number plate there, I'm guessing. And if we come round and look at it in detail, yeah, there's, you know, it's a barn find, by the way. The garage collapsed on top of it. And yeah, the paintwork looks sort of slightly worrying, doesn't it? If we come here, this is a strange section of corrosion here, possibly a drip to there and then down onto the bottom of the door. But the doors are fundamentally very sound. A little bit of corrosion there. Look, the rear arch and the rib panel, absolutely perfect, which is kind of unusual. The boot doesn't look too horrible. Possibly a bit of an excess of soundproofing that needs to go. In fact, that goes for the whole car because the bonnet soundproofing needs to go. Okay, this side, that's a bit more expected at this age. This bit of rib panel corrosion here, but actually not too bad as yet. And then all along the bottom of this sill, the paint has come off, which is interesting. Interior quite nice. So, we are going to see if we can't get this through the MOT a bit quickly. I think there's a good chance of that. Oh, look at that. Look what I've just seen. It's got an engine preheater.
I wonder what that was.
Look at that. Ha. Oh, I wonder where the other end of the cable is, because that will almost certainly still work. Okay, so a nice, genuine engine preheater. So, first of all, we'll get the battery out. We'll delete this disgusting bit of stuff, this disgusting sound deadening. I'll hook up a battery pack to it just so we can reverse it onto the ramps. I'll show you that trick, 'cause it's quite a nice little trick. And then we'll get the engine going, or see if we can get the engine going. And if that's the case, we'll then do the brakes and see what we go from there. So, let me tinker around for a bit and see where I get to with getting this on the ramps, and then we'll have a look underneath the car as well and see if my instinct, because look at these wings are immaculate, as are the inner wings. So we don't plan to keep this car, we have our own, but once we've got it MOT'd, we'll put it up for sale. It looks to me right now as though it's going to be an excellent car. It's just such a lovely shell. And that's, of course, what's important. So, let's see how we get on. Okay, so I've deleted the lead-acid battery, which probably died over 20 years ago. I possibly didn't mention that. This car was put away in about 2000. And so, yeah, deleted the battery, put in a pack now, and what I've done is wired in a push-button start. So I'm going to try and wind this onto the ramps using the starter motor, since it's a bit of a heavy, the brakes are a bit heavy to try and push on by myself. So let's see how this works. There we go. Okay, and as you could tell, a slightly tired starter motor there. I don't think that's my battery pack that's tired. But that's a good trick there for you. You know, if you ever do stop by the wayside because of fuel or something, then you can just put it into fourth gear and wind it into the side of the road on the starter motor. Just don't use the starter motor for more than 20 seconds. Give it a rest and then try again after, otherwise you'll burn out the motor. Good, so what's next? Let's go and look underneath and see what we find. Okay, so let's look around. Let's start on this sort of superfluous stuff. Okay, so being a 130, there should be a seam down here where the sill meets the rear wing. And that's gone, so I suspect, so this wing has been replaced, and actually there's a flare, there's a load of pudding there, I think. Looking at it, it looks like it's swelling out. So I'm guessing that's why that is in a bit of a state. The wings, the sills have been replaced, but not painted very well. So that might be a patch, or it might be a replacement, I don't know. Looking up at the door here, now look at this from this angle. Door frame, absolutely immaculate. Now there's a little bit of rust here that needs to go back from here to here, but that's it. Otherwise, door frame, absolutely perfect there. Okay, moving aft. As we noticed earlier, the usual corrosion around the rib panel, and there's a bit of corrosion in the bottom of the spare wheel well as well. I mean, not significant at all. There. Okay, moving around the back, that's coming off. I have a real thing against blessed tow hooks on an Amazon. So yes, that'll go. The boot, the back of the boot lid is not horrible by any means. That's been caught, okay, that's good. Stainless steel exhaust, well, we don't like them, but fine, that can stay. This rib panel in excellent condition. There. That's good. This sill, once again, we've lost the seam here, so that rather implies it's a new sill. But that's in good condition. I think it is flaring out here, so they've obviously done a bit of filling in there, but yeah, that's looking promising. Let's just get up and get that door open. Okay, there's been some careful work on this door frame here. Yeah, I think so, yeah. Yeah, but it's been well done. I think that looks good to me. So, yeah, just needs taking back and neutralising the rust there. And the front wings are gorgeous. I don't think that's imaginary. I think they really are gorgeous. Right, let's go underneath. Yeah, from here, the underside of the front wings look good. The chassis rails are immaculate. Yeah, other wing looks good. Yeah, all the inside, all looks nice there. Going aft, obviously the suspension bushes are fairly shot, and I think this longitudinal is going to need some. Yes, it is. This longitudinal needs some patching. The outriggers look good, and look at that. I had a feeling this was an overdrive car, and it surely is. D-type overdrive sitting there. Moving aft, the sort of inside of those sills look good. Floor pan looks good. Yeah, floor pan inside. Yeah, that's all looking good. Rear outriggers, perfect. Moving aft, rear floor pans, perfect. Moving aft further. Yeah, just absolutely fine. Good, then moving to the axle, so the early type rear suspension with the wraparound arms and an ENV differential or axle. Then coming back, fuel tank looks nice, it's undamaged. Well, there we go. Well, I think that's a goer. We'll buy a battery for it and work on getting the starter motor going. It really does look like a good car. Not immaculate, but a really good practical vehicle. Definitely one that has to come back to life. And I'll probably get bored this afternoon and delete the tow hook. Can't live with that. So what is my next task then? So we'll dump all the fuel out from the tank here. Do we need to replace the fuel line? Well, it's a copper pipe and it looks gorgeous. And no, I'm not going to replace the fuel pipe. So drop the fuel out of here, put half a gallon of fresh in and move the car around a bit. We'll flush that through to the front, and whilst we're doing that, I'll drain the oil out. Obviously it's very cold at the moment, so it won't be very efficient, but we'll just put a gallon of oil in it, fresh oil, just to give it a good going. So yeah, flush fuel through, change the oil, check the coolant, and then we'll try spinning it up. And if it spins up, we'll do another proper flush and an oil change, and replace the coolant. So there we go. I'll get to it.